Was Charlie Kirk a martyr? By definition of what that word is, yes. Was he Christian? Even if you disagreed with a lot of the things he said, I think you're hard pressed to say that he wasn't a Christian. Does that make him a Christian martyr? Not necessarily, because I don't think he was killed for his Christian beliefs. He was killed for his political beliefs, which of course he believed he was grounded in Christian beliefs. But I see everyone commenting on whether he was a good person or defending him against claims of things that he said or talking about how horrible he is. And I have to say, let's just pause for a minute. And remember, one, this is a human being made in the image of God, and that in itself is enough for us to be able to mourn over this. But secondly, maybe we need to admit that people are just not that black and white. Because in general, there are a few people that we can look back in their lives and say, everything that they said, everything they did, we were in support of. There are people that we look back on in history that we still admire, that we still look up to, that did some pretty horrible things. Even someone like MLK has some things in his background, some things that he did even while he was part of the civil rights movement that does not look great. My point is simply this, that a lot of what we're doing when we're talking about Charlie Kirk, because of the recent events, because he was assassinated, seems to be either painting him as a hero or a racist, misogynist, homophobic, everything else. And maybe, instead of us focusing so much on, I liked him, and here's all the reason everyone says things about him is wrong, or I didn't like him and this is all the evil things that he did, but to look at the person as a whole and say, hey, I'm willing to see the ways that even though I wasn't a fan of him and I didn't like him, I'm looking at trying to find the things that he did say that I did agree with and talk about that. And those that did support him and did like him, to at least eventually, after you've had your time of mourning, to be able to look at it honestly and say, he wasn't perfect. The worst thing that can happen from this is that it divides us more. But instead, we could look at it and try to find out the things that we have middle ground with people regarding their view about Charlie Kirk. Let's try to bring a positive out of this instead.